I'm John Haynes, and I'm the play-by-play announcer for the Knoxville Ice Bears. I tell people it was by sheer luck because it's the truth. I've been a hockey fan my entire life. I mean, my dad brought me to the Cherokees games, to the Speed games, and then finally here with the Knoxville Ice Bears, and was working at a radio station at the time when Mark Atten, the PA announcer and road play-by-play announcer, came in and asked one of the production directors at the time, I said, does anybody know how to do play-by-play for hockey? The guy we have that normally does it quit, and we need somebody on short notice. And I said yes, and knew it was going to be a temporary thing, but here I am 3 seasons later and the full-time announcer. Started out as a volunteer DJ at 90.3 The Rock, and was production director there, and then had an internship at ESPN Radio Knoxville that turned into an executive producer position for all of their local programming by the end of it. When Mark came in and asked if there was anybody interested, the production director said, I don't know if John has any experience, but he loves the sport. So of course Mark called me, and I talked with him, and at the time the promotions director, Zach, at the time, I can't remember his last name now. Anyway, long story short, came, and the only question they had was, do you know icing? And I said yes, and they're like, then you've got a leg up on everybody else that we've interviewed. So it really was just chance. But that, unfortunately, that's the way it goes sometimes. More opportunities were available in a local sports market than there were in the local news market or the music side of things. And again, it's all about who you know, and once you get your foot in the door with the local sports market, it's really easy to move around. My job here turned into a job with the Smokies, turned into a job with UT Athletics, with the Knoxville Force, and at one point I was employed by every professional sports organization in the Knoxville area, working for the Smokies, working for the Force, and working for the Ice Bears. Well, it's a lot of fun because at this level, especially in terms of hockey, these are guys that you have the young guys that have talent, but not that explosive talent that's going to garner a contract with an NHL team or one of their affiliated teams, but that have a lot of heart, still some skills to develop, and some things like that to go. Whereas the older guys who have a lot of talent but just not that extra little degree that puts them in that top league, it's great to see them come in because they're playing for the love of the game. And when you get athletes like that, you know, at the risk of sounding cheesy, that's when special things can happen. And the other side of it is, at this level, the fans are the die-hard fans. These are the guys that week in and week out are going to be here every game, that know all the players' names, that know all their stats. And it makes my job easy because all I have to sit and do is tell them what's happening on the ice. They know the stats, they know the players, and working for a fan base like that in an organization like this, it's a real treat. The best advice I could give them is do an internship, because 9 times out of 10, that's going to be your foot in the door. With me, it worked out to where my foot in the door was just a coincidence. Now, once you get involved with that organization, whether it's an internship or a part-time job, be there. If you're gonna, my whole attitude is, if you're gonna be there, be there. Work your hardest, because you never know when, especially when working for these smaller league teams, you never know who's in attendance. You never know who is going to hear what you have to say or see the work that you're doing, because especially at this league, whether it's the SPHL or the Southern League with baseball, there's always someone from a higher league scouting a player, scouting a broadcast, coming in and seeing what you're doing. And when you have that other person from a higher league taking notice and saying, hey, I was here to scout this player, but I noticed that their broadcaster was doing this, or their ticket intern was doing that, that gets you that higher job that you want to get to.